Hey YouTube, Harry back. As you may have guessed, I am 30 years old. The title probably tells you all of that. So what does that mean? Why am I bringing that up? So, I feel like a lot of the things that you watch and see on YouTube and like resources, you've got kind of this mix of people who are about 30 years old, give or take, but they've transitioned. They've been there for about 5 to 10 years now. Or you have the people who are about 18, 19, 20, early 20s, who are just embarking on that transition. There's not a lot of people who are 30 and starting their transition. And that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, but I also wanted to hopefully find a community for, because it does feel a little alienating at times. Especially when you see like all these young guys who are going through, their transition and getting great results, and there's something to be said about just being younger in general, and all of the maturity and the emotional stress that has versus being older and going through that. And then there's also, you look at people who are late 20s, early 30s, and they've been on T or medically transitioned or out or whatever, however you define transition, for, so long, years, 5 to 10 years, to where it's like normal now. It's not like they are figuring out all of their emotions or how to do things. Each day is a new adventure, but they're different, And so what does it mean for me being a little bit older and going through this transition? First off, I am so thankful that I wasn't 18 or 20 or 22 when I was going through and really embarking on this journey. As much as like it would be great to look back and be like, I've been 10 years on T, I am like fully like figured out who I am, like I feel really solid in this. Who I was when I was 20 was a very emotionally immature person. And that plays with you. Do I think that I would have made it through just fine? Yes. Would I be the person I am today? No. But you can't really look at things like that. But what can I say that's different? I mean, I have a little bit better of respect for myself, but also a better idea of who I am and what that means to me. Like I've become a little bit more solidified in myself as a person and what it means to be a person in this world. And it's not that it's easier. It feels easier at times. But to be 20 again, I mean, I was stupid. I think a lot of people look back and say they were stupid, but I was pretty stupid. I was drinking a lot. I was trying to numb away anything and everything that I could numb. I was a music major, so I was playing a lot, and I had this idea about what, the purpose of life being, like to spread love and to spread joy, and like, music was really doing that. But at the heart of it, when I was trying to play, like I didn't play very musically, and I wasn't in touch with my emotions, and I wasn't in touch with any kind of reality. It was just all things that I wanted to believe, but I didn't know how to get there. And now I actually believe it. I see how humans can impact each other and how love is so important in everyday relations and as a community and just in general, that, if we just actually do nice things for people, the world is a better place. It really is. But it was only that was only a dream back then. That was only like a hypothesis, an expectation, a theory, shall we say. But now it's like a firm belief, and I see it, and I want to do that, and I want to be that person in this world. And so as far as gender comes into that, I mean, I didn't even think about gender, if I'm being 100% honest, when I was that age. I remember the one time that I really kind of should have known that I was trans at the time, but was when I was coming out and someone had asked, are you gay? And I remember journaling on it, and I was like, I don't want to be a guy. I don't, like, that's That's not what it is. And it was like, the person asked me if I was gay. They didn't ask me if I was trans. And for me to conflate such two things like that are really separate clearly means that I was having an issue with my gender identity at the time. But instead, I just was like, yeah, I guess I'm gay. Sure, that's an easy way out. And so I identified in that way for about 10 years. And in the last couple of years, I've realized I don't even know if I am gay. I don't know what that is. What am I? Because I don't know my gender. I don't know my gender identity. And so that kind of just really flipped things on its head. But it also just brings into light, being older, all new different circumstances of now I have like different degrees in my old name. If I try to switch names, now I'm going to be in different names. I have jobs that I might be transitioning in. Like, I feel like my relationships with people are different. I've always valued quality instead of quantity, but I would say I have more quality friends at this time, and so it's almost scarier to feel like I'm reinventing myself at age 30 versus when I was 20. I didn't have those friends, I didn't have close relationships, and so it was kind of like, oh, it doesn't really matter, right? I know that's not true, but it feels like that looking backwards. And so it feels like a lot more is at stake, and I have a lot less time to get through things. But that's, I mean, it's not the case. It's only 10 years, right? And I'm still in school because I chose to go back to school, so that just messes everything up. And yeah, I might have a few more gray hairs and I might go bald quicker, but like, on the other hand, I'll be a lot happier, for sure. And part of me wishes that I did have my 20s to be young and somewhat athletic and strong and all that, but I also look at all of my friends who are now in their 30s and doing things that I never would have thought people in their 30s could do when I was 18. So the physical part of it is just a manifestation of society, and it has nothing to do with anything that is actually based in reality here. Yeah, I guess the big thing is it just feels like I have so much more of a legacy. Like, not that I have a legacy, but like, I have so many more years of people that I've met and known and who know me by my old name and by my old identity, and now they're gonna be like, who are you? Okay, like, is this the same person? Like, because for me, like, I look at like trans guys I know, and I see like before pictures, and I'm like, that's not the same person. Even though at the heart of it, like, it is the same freaking person. Like, I know that. I understand it in my mind. But when I see it in reality, it is so hard for me to grasp. Which is why it's so hard for me to grasp of myself, of like, in a year, I could have a significantly lower voice. I could have more hair. I could be, have a different face shape and whatnot. And I would still be the same person. I would still know the same information. I would still be the same, have a similar approach to life. It just doesn't feel like it's the same person, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, the outward appearance really does play with your mind so much. Anyway, I've rambled enough. It'd be great to meet some guys who are a little older and going through this. It's always appreciated to see guys who did transition later and see how they look now and how they act now and what, they learned from their experience, but also, the people who are 18, 19, 20 who are doing it and see them now. I mean, it's great to see everyone's story, but to have connections with someone who is a little bit older and starting this would be awesome, and to get to know people who are just of a similar mindset. It'd be great. So let me know. Leave a comment below. And if you like something, go ahead and give me that thumbs up or subscribe. All right, thanks guys, and have a great day. Bye now.